Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Really glad that you're here. If this is your first time here, my name's FiddlinJonny and it's my Fiddle channel and magic product review. And before I do any magic product review, I always do a quick fiddle tune. And since if any of you celebrate St. Patrick's Day out there, St. Patrick's Day is this week and I thought I'd do something in that vein, so here's a Wild Rover. All right, there we are, Wild Rover. I, however, know that you're not really here for the fiddle tune. You're really here for the magic product review. And today I'm reviewing Craig Petty's Magic Button. Now, I think a lot of people are gonna like this. I don't know if it's for everybody, so stick around and I'll get right into the details. All right, hello everyone. Let's jump right into this. Craig Petty Magic Button. That's what we're looking at today. Okay, what is Magic Button? Magic Button, I think, is advertised, if you look at the initial teaser for it, is an ambitious card routine. But I don't think that's really fair if you're just watching the trailer for it. You're going to learn, I'll go through this a little later, I don't know, at least 6, 7, 8, 9 different routines on here. And the signed ambitious card routine is the one that's sort of promoted the most, but there's so much more on here. But essentially, that's what the main trailer focuses on. I'll go through the details in just a little while. Let's talk about what do you get. All right, well, in this little box, basically, it's just a shell. It's not really a shell. It's a box for your United States Playing Card Company Red Riderback deck of gaff cards. Now you're going to get in total 56 cards in total. And in the 56 cards that you're getting, look, the vast majority, or every single last one of them, is a gaff card of some sorts. So this is important. So you're going to get 32 what I would call magic button cards. And an example of a magic button card would be this 10 of diamonds with on the back, it has the magic button, okay? So these are souvenir cards or cards that you can hand out because you would have your spectator sign the front of the card for your ambitious card routine. And at the end, if you wanted, you could hand out the card. Now you don't need to do it as a signed routine, but if you wanted to, you could. And essentially you have 32 of these that are included so that you could perform it 32 times. And you're going to get like all 4 clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. You're going to get the ace through 10 for the diamonds and hearts. And then for whatever reason, I don't know why it is, but for the black cards, for the spades and the clubs, you only get ace through 6 for those cards, but that equals your 32 cards that you're going to get. In addition to that, you're going to get 5 button cards, magic button cards with a blank back. You're going to get 5 smashed button blank cards. Those are these ones where it looks like the back of the card has been smashed. So you're going to get 5 of those with the back of them that are blank. You're going to get 4 buttons that are just the smashed button. You're going to get 4 red double backers, 1 red, 1 blue double backer, 1 red, 1 black double face, and you're going to get 4 button red backer cards. All right, that's a lot. Basically, you're getting 56 cards that are all gaffed in some way or another, and each of them or all of them are used for the different routines that are taught on this. Now, you're not only going to get the cards, you're also going to get the tutorial. And the tutorial, it's a downloadable tutorial or streaming if you just want to stream it. You're going to get 3 hours and 2 minutes of material in there. So basically, you're getting 3 hours of content, and it's taught almost all 99.9% of it by Craig Betty. We should talk about how is the tutorial. So there's one thing that this tutorial does that I wish every single tutorial did. Now, I'm going to speak to Penguin Magic, and I think I've said this before. This is the right way to do it, in my opinion. And what am I speaking to? At the very beginning of this 3-hour tutorial, the first hour is exclusively dedicated to the sleights that are used through the multiple different routines that are taught. And for me, that's really important because I feel like there are so many releases that are done that so quickly gloss over the slights because they make a lot of assumptions or they handle it in a couple ways. My first perception is that a lot of creators, I think, just assume that everybody knows how to do a double lift or everyone knows how to do an Elmsley count. And when they go over the teaching of those, they do it too fast. And I think for the brand new person doing card magic, it's too quick, it's not detailed enough, and devalues the product itself. Craig really takes the time in the first full hour to go over every single move. He takes his time with it. He does not rush. And I personally feel like every single release that is ever done should come with an addendum of card slides that's just thrown in gratis. And this would be a great example. And I know that I think if you go through the Penny Arcade on Penguin Magic, you can download one of their free videos there, or maybe it's not Penny Arcade. You can just search for it. They're free stuff, and they do teach sleights, but I feel like they should just include that with all of the releases, so you don't have to go hunting for it. So that's my long-winded way of saying excellent job. And I wish every single release did this, where the slides are taught and taught well. It's not just that they're taught, but they're taught well. And Craig does a great job teaching those. And I particularly like it because I feel like this release is really great for a beginner or someone's relatively new, sorry, they could be nude, but new to card magic. And if you're new in card magic, you're still learning these sleights. And I just really feel like since this release is, in my humble opinion, really great for somebody who's new into card magic, it's really nice that they've done and taken the time to teach the sleights. All right, I'm being long-winded. Let's wrap it up and move it on with how else is the tutorial. So you get that first hour. The next 2 hours are spent going over each individual routine. And the way it starts off is that in the studio, Craig will teach it to a spectator, and the spectator, reacts and sees, and then he does the tutorial of method and how it's done and does the teaching. So he does that for every single one of them. I think it's a really nice setup and done well. Okay. All of the teachings on it are done by Craig. I said the 99.9% except for one, and one is taught by Braden DeWeese. And he's going to teach his variation of the ambitious card routine, and it's really nice. I did mention he's got somebody in the studio with him. He's got Dalton Wayne, and if you don't know Dalton Wayne, go check him out on your social media. Dalton Wayne is just a great creator, a great, I think, refreshing thinker in magic. Works over there at Penguin Magic, but go check him out on his socials. He is the person who Craig is teaching to in the studio there. Let's go over what is taught on the actual release. So you're going to get the basic routine, which is the ambitious card routine with the signed card. You're going to get one that he calls his streamlined routine, which is exactly that. It's just a variation on that ambitious card, except it's a little more streamlined. He then does a streamlined triumph routine, and I really liked it. So I love the triumph plot. And if you don't do a triumph, this might be one that you really like. So he's going to teach a triumph. He's then going to teach a wild card routine. It's called the wild card smash. And this one just brings me back. I think one of the very first card tricks I ever learned when I was like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, was a wild card routine. I don't think at the time I appreciated it. I got some cheap kids card trick to learn it, and it's nice to see that it's just a tried and true plot in Magic that never gets old. And I think on this one, a lot of folks like I no longer really like the wild card routine as much anymore. But I think Craig did a really nice job with sort of updating it using this magic button concept, which I think actually makes it better. Which might be a little surprising to say that since wild card has been around forever, and could you make improvements on it? But I like the way he's updated it. That I think it makes it more engaging for your spectator. He then does something called eye button, which is similar to Danny Archer's eye test routine. And basically, it's a packet trick. And its kicker is the color changing deck at the end. And I love color changing decks, so it's really good. He's going to do button Monty, which is, again, it's a variation on the Emerson and Emerson and West color Monty. And again, he's got this kicker finale on it that's unique to him. He's got duplicating buttons routine, again, another sort of classic packet routine. He's got the signature buttons routine, which is a take on John Bannon's tattoo. So again, you're getting both packet tricks here. You're also getting ones that you can use your deck or work it into your regular deck routine if you don't want to present things as a packet routine. And he's taking some of these classics and putting his spin on them. He's got a vanish routine. We have the Braden DeWeese routine on there. We have a button sandwich routine, so basically a sandwich routine. And we have the button stupidity routine, which is based on Craig's, he released a DVD many years ago, and is based on his Blank Stupidity release. So anyway, just again, another interesting routine where essentially it's printed cards, or you print cards throughout the routine. And then, of course, there's the ambitious button routine. Those are the different routines that are taught on there. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different routines is what I counted. So a lot of different routines. And when I say routines, there are different plots. They're not all the exact same plot. They are different plots. And all of them, really, for the most part, are based on classics. So, which leads me to, there's basically a little bit of something for everyone. And what I mean by that, for every card magician. So, I think like he's taking the ambitious card, he's taking a triumph, he's taking wild card, he's taking color changing deck, he's doing color Monty, he's doing a sandwich routine, self-printing cards, and more essentially. So all classic plots within Magic with his twist using the magic button. All right, so we should talk about how are the cards. And I normally say, how are the gimmicks? They're GAF cards. They're printed by United States Playing Card Company. They're great quality, and they're using the red rider back, but they also have the blue rider back GAF included as well, multiples of these. They're all great. I couldn't say a bad thing about them. And then the next natural question is, well, if you're signing cards, having your spectators sign a card, and they leave with that as a souvenir, are there refills? And the answer is yes. So Penguin Magic is selling refills in decks of 3. So essentially you're buying 3 decks with the refills. They're selling for $49 on their site. I'm not exactly clear if you're just rebuying the original Magic button deck, or if you're getting cards that are exclusively for souvenir handout. I think I saw online there was 156 cards between the 3 decks, but I don't know what are some of the specifics. So the takeaway here is that yes, you can buy refills, and they're sold in groups of 3 packs currently at Penguin. And maybe that'll change to a single pack that you can buy at a time, but that's what it is currently. So there's 32 souvenir cards in the one that you do purchase. We should talk about the skill level. This is definitely beginner Magic. I'm going to say beginner. It's beginner skill level, but they are card sleights that are taught on here. And they are card sleights that, this is my opinion here. In my opinion, if you're going to be a magician and you're going to do card magic, you have to learn all the sleights that are taught on this release, because they're so fundamental, they're so foundational, and you will use them over and over and over again in different routines with other mixed methods, but they're so standard of sleights that they're not a single one is knuckle busting, all within the reach of a beginner magician. But I would add, if you're going to do card magic, these are sleights that you should know. And that's the hardest part. Like some of these are quasi almost self-working, but yeah, they involve some sleights, easy to do, taught well. And I think if you're going to do card magic, you should just learn these anyway and just know that it's part of your journey. Okay, so let me get into the nuts and bolts, the things that I wish I would know if I were on the other side of this camera and purchasing this. Um, I honestly think if you're an experienced card magician, you're going to have close to zero interest in this, with the exception of if you have existing through that list that I went through already, you don't like the routine that you have and you want to update it to some degree. I think this is going to give you a great idea with the magic button concept that Craig has here. If you already like the triumph that you do and your ambitious card routine, I don't know that you would need to purchase this because you already are performing it. You have something you like. There's probably no need to pick this up. I do think this is like, if you want to buy a gift for somebody, you have a partner in magic and they're just starting, perfect for them. It's perfect for anybody who is relatively new into card magic and really wants to get the good foundations. Perfect for them because you're going to get a bunch of routines, learn the methods that you will use forever. And I really honestly think that that's who this, if you were asking me who should buy this, I'd say those are the folks that should buy it. Someone new in magic and wants to learn these style of routines. That's who I think it is really good for. Let's talk about the cost. The cost is 20 in the United States. It is currently $25.95. It is sold through Penguin Magic because it is a release through Penguin and through Penguin. I believe it's through Penguin, not Murphy's. Yeah, it's done through Penguin. It's released through Penguin Magic, and they are currently selling it for $5 off. So normally it would be $30, but they have it listed for $25 on their webpage. And as I mentioned earlier, the refill pack is $49. I think that's a great price for what you're getting. So with the tutorials and the cards that you're getting, it seems like a relatively good value to me. All right, I think that's it for Magic Button by Craig Petty. I hope this review was helpful for you. If you purchased it, leave your comment down below and tell me what you thought of this release. And just leave a comment to say hello, how you're doing, and what you're up to. I always appreciate that. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. And please hit that like button. It really is appreciated. Thank you so much for each and every one of you being here. I always appreciate it. Why don't you stick around and watch some of the other reviews that I have done and see if there's other things that you would be interested in. I'm FiddlinJonny, and remember to keep fiddling around with your magic. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.